We're going to dive into just one single pivotal evening. It's a story that unfolds over only a few hours around a dinner table, but believe me, it completely redefines our understanding of leadership, loyalty, and, well, love itself.
So the story kicks off with this really powerful line. This isn't just any dinner, it's the Passover feast, and Jesus knows his time is running out. And in this moment, every single thing he does is underlined by this profound, unwavering commitment, a love that's about to be tested by everything that's coming next.
So, the first lesson of the night, it doesn't start with some big speech or a grand sermon. Nope. Instead, it begins with an act so shocking, so completely countercultural, that it leaves his followers just stunned. And look at how deliberate this is. He gets up, takes off his outer robes, basically stripping down to the clothes of a common servant, and gets on his knees. You have to understand, in that culture, washing feet, that was the job of the lowest of the low, a slave's task. And here's the teacher, their Lord, taking on that very role himself. It's a total mind-blowing reversal of the master-servant relationship. And of course, it's Simon Peter who speaks up first, basically saying what everyone else is probably thinking. You can just feel the disbelief in his voice, right? You? Washing my feet? No way. This is all wrong. It's just a moment of pure, unadulterated shock.
But Jesus' response? It's so calm, almost like he sees the bigger picture already. He acknowledges Peter's confusion, but just asks for trust. He's basically saying, listen, you don't get it now, but you will. Trust me. He's pointing to a meaning that's so much deeper than just cleaning dirt off feet.
So Peter just doubles down. And you gotta remember, this isn't him being arrogant. This is coming from a place of deep respect, of love, really. The idea of his master humbling himself like this, it's just too much for him to handle. It feels completely backwards.
And this is where Jesus just raises the stakes completely. This is the turning point. This act is no longer just about humility or dirty feet. It's about spiritual cleansing, about being connected to him in a real way. To say no to this act of service is to basically reject a core part of who Jesus is and what he came to do. So after he's finished, he connects all the dots for them. He makes it crystal clear. I've just given you a model to follow. Leadership in his kingdom, he's saying, has nothing to do with power or status. It's all about serving each other. He completely flips the whole pyramid of power upside down.
Okay, so just as everyone's trying to process this incredible lesson in humility, the whole mood in the room just shifts. It gets heavy. We move from this lesson in service to a moment of deep inner turmoil and a truly chilling announcement.
I mean, can you just imagine the silence in that room? The shock? These guys just had their feet washed by their Lord, and now he tells them one of them is a traitor. The text says they're just staring at each other, totally at a loss, searching each other's faces for any clue.
That confusion just boils over into this desperate question. Lord, who is it? It just hangs there in the air, filled with fear and total disbelief. Who among his inner circle, his chosen few, could possibly do something like that?
And this is where the real tragedy of this moment hits. The sign Jesus gives, it's not some big public accusation. It's an incredibly intimate gesture. Sharing a piece of dipped bread with someone, that was an act of friendship, of honor. And that's how he points out his betrayer, with an act of fellowship. Just wow. The scene is just so stark. Judas takes the bread, this last personal offer of connection, and then he just gets up and leaves. And the source text adds that one simple, chilling detail, and it was night. It's like a door slamming shut. It signals this point of no return, as Judas literally steps out of the light and into the darkness to carry out his plan. So, Judas is gone. The betrayal is now in motion. And what does Jesus do? Does he focus on anger, on revenge? No. Instead, in the immediate aftermath, he introduces what might be his single most defining teaching. And there it is. This is the new command, the core of it all. In a world that's all about power and status and what divides us, he says his followers are going to be identified by one thing, the way they love each other. And the standard for that love? It's the radical, self-sacrificial love he just showed them. But believe it or not, the painful revelations for the evening, they aren't over yet. The spotlight now swings right back around to Simon Peter, the same man who was arguing so passionately with Jesus just a little while ago.
And you can just hear Peter's heart in this, can't you? He's so passionate, so sincere. He doesn't understand why Jesus is talking about leaving, and so he makes this bold, heartfelt promise. He's ready to die for his teacher, and right then, in that moment, he absolutely means it.
Jesus' response is, well, it's both gentle and just devastatingly direct. He questions Peter's claim and then delivers this sobering prediction, one that stands in stark contrast to Peter's confident promise. The bravest declaration of loyalty is about to crash into the hard wall of human fear.
And not just once, 3 times. This won't be a single slip-up in a moment of panic. It's going to be a repeated, specific act of denial. The starkness of this number just underscores the depth of the failure that is about to happen.
So think about it. In just one evening, we see 2 profound kinds of failure from his inner circle. On one hand, you've got a calculated betrayal born from a dark motive. And on the other, a passionate denial that will come from a place of fear. Both are heartbreaking, and both show you the immense pressure of this final night.
And that brings us to our final thought. The events of this single night, a teacher washing feet, a betrayal at the dinner table, a promise of denial, it all forces us to ask a really fundamental question. If the ultimate model of leadership is not seizing power but giving it away through service, how does that challenge everything we think we know about strength, authority, and influence today?